Hey everybody, it's Barry Aldridge here. How's it hanging, people? So today I'm going to do something a little bit different with my new channel. I'm actually going to be reviewing a game, and it's a game I actually got though, well, it was last Wednesday, but then I picked up the physical copy and got it though last Friday, and it is Dead Reset on the PlayStation 5. It's also available on Xbox, the Switch, Steam, and also I think it's on mobile devices. I think it's on Apple. I think it's on Apple and Android. I'm not 100% sure about that. I might have gotten some of the details wrong, so do forgive me on that, though, really. So I heard about this game when about many months ago in that, and it's developed by Dark Rift Horror and Wales Interactive. And you're basically playing a character of Cole Mason, played by Daniel Ferrace. Apologies if I butchered the name. And he's stuck in an infinite time loop to find out what's actually going on. He's got to operate on this woman, Amanda, to try and save her life. And to get this sort of like an alien being or this intelligence out of her body. And, he actually dies and then he goes back to a certain point. So it involves time travel. And you got to find a way of how to deal with the situation, how to survive and that as well. And you find out, yeah, you're in an underwater base, those sort of thing. Yeah, that's the only spoiler I'm going to say. But other than that, it's a really good, really nice idea. I've got to say, I was really impressed with the story, actually, as well. I think, to me, yeah, it has a really good horror story. Now, I'm not into horror too much. I will openly admit that. I like something that has a bit of comedy in there, and this does have a little bit of comedy. This is more of Dark with Horror's serious project in this one, and I'm glad that Wales Interactive did come to them in that. Like I said, I heard about this game like many months ago. I would say probably around about March and April when they had a little promotion. But I was one of those ones that was like, you know what? I wanted to wait for more details. And then right about back in June, they did confirm that this was actually coming. And I was like, oh boy, I'm really excited for it at the end of the day. So as a game, as a story itself, I would say it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's wonderful. It's great and that. And Stuart Sparkle, who wrote and directed it. Oh god, I've forgotten the other guy who helped him with the story, but I digress on that one. Did a really good job of this, and I had seen a couple of his other projects, which is Book of Monsters and How to Kill Monsters, which he also wrote and directed. Which I have actually got the Blu-rays. I did my research on the company though before they actually got this game out because I wanted to know a bit more about the company. And they're like a tight knit family where they would bring back certain people into it. It's more like a group of friends, like family or something like that. When you do see them all together and that. And I think it's a wonderful thing in that. And I think it's really good. They showed they actually cared about it. I think it was filmed in at Leeds University, but let's say in Leeds. It was filmed in Leeds, and it was really well done at that. I will say though, really, the practical effects in here were very effective. I really enjoyed that, and they were wonderful just to see and that. Oh, I forgot the names of the people who did the practical effects. I do apologize, but whoever did it, thank you so much. They were very good as well. It was really solid. Even the one particular bit about body ripping and that was actually really cool. Wow, it does borrow quite a few tropes from, say, like 80s films, 70s and 80s films. And some people will say, though, nowadays, like in the 2000s, like with Alien, Edge of Tomorrow, someone said The Thing as well in a video and that, and I did see that, and that's kind of interesting as well. I did like that as well. And the performances were absolutely fantastic. Like I said, Daniel Frace as Cole Mason. Lindsay Crane, she is brilliant as Fern in there, who is very sympathetic, wants to save Amanda. I won't spoil about the relationship between her and Amanda. You'll have to find out when you're watching it. But it makes sense, though, really, as well. And then you also got Dennis Razquay. Sorry, I've butchered the name there. He plays Slate. I could not stand this character, first of all. But then, by the end, I loved the character. And he did a great job with this particular character. Even though I said I kind of liked him, he's a bit of a dick. But however, though, I think his character is still quite solid. No question about it. And yeah, other than that, though, really, I think the performance was really good. There were some performances, I mean, the one who played Cooper, I did like her in this. It's not her best role. I really liked her in How to Kill Monsters. Check her out in How to Kill Monsters. Also, Lindsay Crane is absolutely brilliant. I think she's a fantastic actress as well. Because, like I did say that a second ago, sorry. She's absolutely brilliant. Where I've seen her do many different roles. I've seen her being a hero in Book of Monsters. In How to Kill Monsters, she plays as the villain. I won't spoil any of that sort of stuff. You have to watch them yourself. And she plays like a a secondary character in this one, so she can do a bit of range in that, and then that's actually pretty solid in that as well. Other things as well about it, I did like how it was paced and that. I did like a chapter select. This is a bit original though for one of these FMV games that Wales Interactive usually does. I thought that was a really good idea. Makes it a little bit different in that, and that's actually really, really cool. I want to say thank you though to Wales Interactive for giving me the code beforehand, so I was able to check it out like 24 hours before the release. But I could not say no to buying the physical copy, which I actually bought it from Game Collection, which is a subsidiary company of one of the publishers, Curveball Games, which is right down there, who got this out. And this has got to be the quickest FMV release ever to physical ever. And it's only available on PS5, and I was really surprised by that. I felt like the story was a bit disjointed at certain parts, but it's not always going to be perfect in that. Was it a little bit too serious? At times it was. It did have some comic relief moments, and then there was a couple of bits where you were like, yeah, go on. That was really good. There was a couple of moments where I went, what the actual fuck actually happened there, or something like that. And yeah, there was a couple of moments. I won't spoil where they were, but you'll get the idea in that. I've seen quite a few reactors probably having the same thing in that altogether. Is it my favorite Wales Interactive FMV? I would say it's definitely up there. Not my absolute favorite. I mean, I still prefer 10 Dates and Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus. But this is a very, very solid one. This is one of the best ones they've actually come out with. And I do hope Dark Rift Horror and Wales Interactive work together again in the near future. But as a Dark Rift horror project, it's a very, very good project. One of their top ones, no question about it. And I absolutely loved it. And it was really solid in that. I actually went on to the Dark Rift Horror stream though the other night that Lindsay actually held, and oh man, it had that family friends vibe. Everybody was chilling and everyone was so welcoming. No need the stars. I've got to say, Daniel was wonderful, Stuart was wonderful, Graham Taylor was wonderful. At first I thought it was the old England manager from back in the day. I knew it wasn't, but that was my first thought. But other than that though, really, I really enjoyed this game. I think this was really good. And like I said, it's not my favorite FMV that has come out from Wales Interactive, but I do understand about why they hyped this, and they've done a really, really good job. Yeah, like I say, some of the stories are a bit misjointed. There may be a couple of times where I go, what? Or it didn't gel right. It depends on the decisions or whatever. But I enjoyed the acting and the practical effects quite a lot overall. So that's my review of Dead Reset on the PlayStation 5. Like I said, you can get it on all the things like Xbox, Nintendo Switch, Steam, mobile devices. You'll have to have a look up though, guys. So sorry about that. And that's my review of Dead Reset. I would recommend it. Do go and check it out if you like FMV games, like the horror aspect and that. And yeah, if it goes pretty well and people like these reviews, I might do another game review in the near future. Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.